The impact that DonorDirect has made on our ministry is that it provides a very practical service, which is every gift that comes in is receipted through Studio Enterprise. Some of those gifts come in via Advanced Studio Online, and they enable us to know not just what's going on in terms of donor giving, but why it's coming in. And it really helps us to sharpen our message and to make sure that we're putting the right elements of the story in front of donors at the right moment. And it's just helped us be able to grow our fundraising over the years. The DonorDirect suite has helped us to relate well with donors because we use it for many aspects of the relationship with our donors. We use it for event registrations for folks who are coming to our fundraising events. We use it for getting mail and digital stuff in front of our donors at the right time. And in that, it's really been a great tool for us. When you have the volume of gifts that we are blessed to have, you need a solid tool that's able to handle the kind of giving level that we have. It's really enabled us to allow our donor management folks to do their work without a lot of input from IT. You know, the unique value with me for DonorDirect is that in those moments where there's a struggle or a crisis or something going on that's not working out, I have a relationship with senior staff that has allowed me to reach out by email or phone and say, hey, I need your help in this area. And knowing that the folks on the other end of the team are ministry minded just like we are, and now having a long history with them, it's helpful in knowing that I'm going to get a response that's helpful. And it's something that we try not to do very often, but when we need to, I know we're going to get a good response.
The mission at Kids Alive is based on Isaiah 1:17, to do right, to seek justice, and serve the oppressed. We work in multiple countries across the globe, pulling kids out of abusive situations, working on rehabilitating them, letting them know who Jesus Christ is, and then finally working to prosecute those abusers and get them out of the house, primarily to get those kids back into family situations. That is our goal. We have been with DonorDirect since 2012 or so. I've only been with Kids Alive for the last 2.5 years. In October of 2022, we were at that point in time sending out receipts, giving receipts at a rate of about 5,000 pieces of mail a month. And when I came on board in January, a lot of the different things I was trying to do as director of operations was to get that number down. So I was able to use that tool to understand how many people were giving reoccurring with credit cards or with ACH or had an email address, and was able to parse down that number from 5,000 a month to we're about at 1,100 a month right now. So being able to use that tool and be able to cut from 5,000 to 1,000 pieces of mail, and you can understand there's paper cost, there's obviously the postage cost and everything else, was able to save us some money. The tool is very useful with our major donors, and looking at the levels where we go from mid-major to major donors. We do a lot of data mining and data extracting to get that information out to move our donors along kind of the giving grid. Understanding the communication records actually is very big with us in that tool, is understanding how people have been communicated to and with, and who's talked to them and what they've talked about. Being able to have that in an account level of information is vitally important to having a conversation, especially with somebody who may be a donor who's given a few times here or there, but has capacity beyond that. And now that we know that capacity and we want to have conversations with them, to know the communication that's happened prior to that is vital. I think the ministerial part of it is really important. We were looking at a couple of other different products, but the faith-based piece means a lot. Our relationship with ministry brands means a lot. Being able to have tough conversations, but from a grace and truth perspective is a valuable thing.
For me, the impact of DonorDirect has been, on the whole, better communication with just the things that we're able to put into the system and then turn around and see. Mostly what I deal with is the backside. So I'm the one pulling out the information out of the system. So I really think that it allows us to have better communication notes, better idea of who's doing what, and segmenting to it. My name is Brandy Hayes, and I am the product development and e-commerce manager at the ministry, which is Love Worth Finding Ministries. I've been there for 23 years. DonorDirect has helped with not just the communications with donors, but communications across the ministry. I also help select the premiums and such that we use. And so, using, putting it into the source code, you can say on the element side, here's the premium that we use, which helps those who answer the phone calls or do the mail. They can just see easily what's there, as well as through quick picks and all that kind of stuff. So I think it helps on the whole with communication inside the ministry. I would say that if we did not have DonorDirect and using SE as well as ASO, I can firmly say I'd be doing a whole lot more hands-on. The previous platform we had, just had a lot more steps. And so DonorDirect has just some more intuitive steps, and it takes care of things like even prorating cost. I can put it in at a different level, and it spreads it throughout the individual source code. So before I had to do that individually. So little things like that make a difference because I'm not having to spend extra time figuring that out. What makes me want to stay with DonorDirect is the fact that, for when you have the help center, we have the ability to submit tickets. Now, I think part of that is also on the ministry side, that they let me, instead of having to go up a level or whatever and let them ask and then it come back down, there's the freedom to just come and ask. The team here has been so good to answer those questions. I may have asked it before, but they don't care. To me, it's the people. The people you've got, it's a quality product, SE is and ASO is, and there's a lot there. I learn by asking questions, and that's what I like to do, and y'all don't mind. So that to me is a key. And, that relationship.
The impact that DonorDirect has made on the ministry is almost akin to like a good referee. You don't notice they're in the game, but it's been essential in making things move along smoothly and being able to integrate various pieces of the ministry together. That's been quite helpful. My name is Rob Alkema, and I'm the Operations and Ministry Relations Director in the Canadian office of Insight for Living Canada. I would say that the platform has impacted our relationship with donors in our ability to seamlessly interact with donors and pull up the information that we need about them, and just being able to focus more on the donors and who we're speaking with. I think without DonorDirect, our work would look differently in that some of the things that we do would be more manual. Now we've been able to put in processes that are more automated, allowing us to focus more on our connection with our constituents and building relationships. One of the benefits we find with DonorDirect is being able to, as a Canadian ministry, there are customizations for the Canadian ministry that work for us, and being a part of a larger U.S. headquarters, we've been able to sort of get the best of both worlds. The unique value of DonorDirect that I find is that every organization has their own unique needs, and rather than trying to force us into a box and doing it a certain way, not only does DonorDirect encourage us to accommodate our own nuances, but integrating that seamlessly into the user interface and such that our users don't even realize what we're doing as a customization that's unique to what we have.
DonorDirect has made a large impact on the ministry and the way that we do our business. Pretty much every department has some hand in our DonorDirect system, and it has pulled everything together to make it available to all the different departments. My name's Haley Malika. I'm the Database Systems Manager for Andrew Womack Ministries. The platform has helped donors for many different reasons. So when they call in the call center, all the information is available to the phone ministers to talk to the donors and thank them for their gifts, thank them for their partnerships. Our partner relations team goes into the system, and they're able to look up partners' information. They're able to put special notes in the accounts and talk about, we're thankful for your gifts, and I see here that your husband had cancer, how is he doing? And so we put all that information into the database, so it's easy for everyone to get a hold of. I don't know what my team would do without DonorDirect. it's kind of the whole purpose of my team, actually. So that is the one thing that we do for the ministry is we are the database systems team. So we manage completely just DonorDirect for the entire ministry. So I don't know how we would function without it, to be honest with you. So we've seen a huge impact of the DonorDirect system, the ASO, the Advanced Studio Online. We just recently moved over to ASO, and we've seen a huge increase in partnerships and a lot less dropped carts. And that has made a huge impact in the ministry and the giving. We've seen a huge increase, and leadership is very excited about that.